you have art, marketing, and business related questions, and Nick and I want to answer them. The Friday afternoon session to kick off the busy weekend. Nick, we've been talking all week about massive upcoming art selling holidays. Okay.
Yep. The spring art selling season. Woo!
Yep. That has everything to do with
I don't know how the
spring.
weather is over there by you. It's always good where you are.
Yeah.
Here in Austin, the weather's changed. Sun's out, high 70s. Couldn't be better. Spring art selling season in 7 days. It's all beginning. Amazing.
Yeah. They never taught it in art school. They never taught it in photography class, photography school. Like, how does one go about actually making a living from their creativity and their passion? Well, it starts with knowing the good time to have a sale or a promotion and running a sale and promotion. Even if you can just do that once, you're ahead of 90% of artists and photographers out there. Let's just be honest, right? All right, I gotta get the banner up so people know it is open line Friday, as they say in the trades, where we are answering any and all questions you have about just about anything and everything art marketing related. You're gonna have to help me keep an eye on comments because I don't have quite my full screen gloriousness.
Okay.
I have a question. Do you have the Insta feed up too?
I've got the Instagram feed here. That's what I'm looking over here. I'm pulling it up.
I have a question. Ask it and leave a comment. All right, leave a comment. All right, guys. So we've been running these sessions for the last 3 weeks, pretty heavy on Instagram and on Facebook and on YouTube. And sort of the idea behind it is that we do this internally for our customers. We have 9 different sessions like this a week, and it's really interesting that all artists, all photographers, all creatives seem to struggle with the same things. And we find that there's a tremendous amount of value that you can get about hearing about the issues that others are struggling with and how to tactically fix those things and what to focus on. Things like how to price your art, how to brand yourself. Do you need a niche? What to do if things aren't working, how to get your first sale, all of these types of things. And then also too, we do 9 of these a week for our customers, but our customers can't make every single solitary one. So this gives us an opportunity for our customers as well to ask questions. Like if you couldn't get into office hours or there was too long of a line or you were at work during the day and you got your question now, just drop them because we literally love answering them. We want to answer every single solitary one of them. And that's the ball game. So we start out Bug Face Paint. What's up, Bug Face Paint? You've been on a couple of these. I really enjoy seeing the ones that are coming in, consistently, right? You're on here and you want to learn. The long and the short is that most people, when they say they've ran a sale, they don't. We all have different definitions on what running a sale is. Let me give you mine. You email everyone that you have on your email list and you tease the sale. Hey guys, I have this huge event coming up in 1 week. I just want to let you know it's my biggest sale of the year. I almost never run sales. Then on the day of the sale, you announce the sale. And then with both of those, every time that there's a marketing touch, whether it be an email, there's also an Instagram post. There's also an Instagram story post. There's an Instagram reel. There's a Facebook post. There's a Facebook story post. It's essentially just what we call omni-channel marketing. And you have to do all of that. What I find most artists and photographers do is put one post on Instagram and say, hey, I'm having a sale. Let me know how that goes. Right. And that's not enough. That's not enough.
Pat, and even better because it's a Friday. Let me show exactly what you need to do.
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in a little bit? Just hit the control plus, the Apple plus a couple of times.
Yes.
Perfect. You're good.
Is that too much or good?
Go down one more. Go down one, not up one.
How's that?
Dialed. Perfect.
Okay. So this is the back end of one of the artists that's on our storefronts and his website admin panel. But when you go to the marketing section, you go to art marketing calendar. Okay. And I've got it open right here. And you can see what I'm going to show you guys is, actually, let me open that up exactly so you can see it. I'll zoom in on this. Can you see this?
Yeah, we got you.
So this is a 365 day a year art marketing calendar for every art storefronts customer. And it tells you literally what to do on every single day of the year. The red stuff is what we consider the critical stuff. the gray is less critical. And that's just for people who don't have time, don't have enough time, and just to know the things that they want to do. But for what Patrick is specifically talking about, I went back to January to show Valentine's Day, right? Because we can show exactly what happens for something like that. Because these are the types of things that are coming up: Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, right? And the first thing to notice is that the marketing for Valentine's Day begins in January, early. Okay.
Always.
Look at this. The 22nd is when this begins, because people need to get their prints. The prints need to get made. And in order to get them done in time, you got to be marketing and you got to be selling them in advance. Okay.
Yep.
So when
everybody's mental model needs to switch to, when you walk into Target and they're promoting the next thing, it's time that you do too.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So when I click into the Valentine's Day sale, right, and this is what you would do if you had access to this, it gives you like an overview on this page, and then you open up the full playbook here. Okay. And I'm kind of scrolling down, but here's the Valentine's Day sale playbook. But This is what, Pat, you were just going over here on the campaign timeline. On the 22nd, the first day, there's the campaign setup and announcement. What that means is you're setting up everyone who's following you, all the consumers, mentally, by making this announcement that you're going to have something, that's going to be interesting for Valentine's Day. Then on the 23rd, custom artwork promotion around Valentine's Day. And we tell you exactly how to do that. And I'll show you that in a second. January 24th, the reminder, and so forth until, you get to the very last chance for them to, place an order with you to get your special deal. And you can see as we go down every day. So January 22nd is right here in the playbook, telling you exactly what coupon code to create. Okay. What to do, what dates to offer the coupon code, and then update your website's announcement bar. Okay. The thing at the very top, we want you to update that and copy and paste this in there. And then we're telling you what to do on Instagram. We're telling you exactly what to do on the email. We're giving you the exact subject line that we want you to send.
Yeah.
We want you to
every single solitary step along the way. And I think
here's the email written itself. Now you could adjust any of this, but we're giving you the template that we know that works. But go ahead, Pat.
I think something died with your screen, sir, which is why I pulled it out. The point is that like most people think a normal sale is like one touch point or two touch points, and the reality is this 50. It's like quite literally that many if you can do that many. So very, very important concept to just like keep in the back of your mind.
I know what it is. It opened up separate windows and you guys couldn't see those windows.
Yeah.
We'll sort it out.
I had to kill it. Jay Morris, nothing can keep a good artist down, brother. That is a fantastic comment. I love that is a record first quarter for you, but you've earned it, dude. I've seen you putting in your regular marketing consistently. I've seen you attending a bunch of these. It's like, everyone's like, I don't know how to sell my art. Someone on here was like, I'm old school. I don't have any idea how to sell my art. The difference between those who sell their art and don't sell their art is literally just the marketing. That's it. Because artists are so terrible at marketing, and I don't mean in like terrible, like, you can't do it or try to beat you guys down, but they're so bad at being consistent at it that once you are like, boom, you're cooking with gas. And Jay Morris, how many customers did you acquire in Q1, right? Or so far? That's what I'm really, really curious about. Like, I don't know if you guys saw my rant earlier about merch and cell phones, but I've got the bit in my teeth. I'm about ready to write an entire playbook. Hannah's saying, is it okay to start with an exhibition in a gallery? Hannah, we don't care where you start, just as long as you're doing the work, right? Absolutely. If you can do an exhibition in the gallery, it's a great way to get there. Exclusivity Styles, thank you for saying that. Love how dedicated and consistent your team is. How amazingly beautiful. Like, would you guys believe a word here I say if we didn't live it? Like, I'm not trying to BS anybody that this is fun, okay? It's 2:40. My kids are on spring break on a Friday. Do you think I want to be here doing this right now? No, I don't. I want to be enjoying myself in the pool or whatever. But guess what? I'm not a hypocrite, and neither is Nick. Like, we pound consistency because we want to lead by example, and show our customers, like, look, when you are consistent, you get the results. You get the results.
Yep, exactly.
And Amy, I know he knows we couldn't see the calendar. This whole like
I pulled it up. If you want to throw it up again, I'll do it really fast.
Yeah, do it really fast.
Okay. Can you see it?
Two zoom ins. 1, 2. Yep.
So here is the calendar, right? And what I was showing is for the Valentine's Day sale, you click on it, and then it opens it up, and there's some details down below, some highlights. And then when you go to the full playbook here, we're showing you exactly what to do every single day. So you can see the campaign timeline. This is the summary of what you're going to do each day. And then down here in the actual campaign playbook, every day is outlined out for you with exactly what we want you to do. So here's the coupon code we want you to create. Here's the dates we want it active on your site. We want you to update your announcement bar. Okay. Yep. We're giving you the exact text to copy. All right. Copy paste it right into your announcement bar on your website. We're telling you exactly what you want you to post on Instagram. Okay. We're telling you exactly the email we want you to send. This is just in one day, guys. This is just one day, right? Here's the subject line. So you don't even have to think about it. All right. And here is the email. So you can just copy and paste this, make it your own if you want to, or just leave it alone. Leave it completely alone. And here's the Facebook post we want you to do. Same thing, right? Copy and paste, add an image in there, and you're good to go. Then you get to the next day, and we have the same thing all over again. So we literally have everything we want you to do on social media, on each channel of social media, on your website, and on your email in order to properly execute the sale all the way through, right? For the Valentine's Day. So when we're talking about the spring art selling season here, you know, what's coming up, this is what all of our customers are going to be starting to work with starting in 7 days, right? Going for the next 3 months, in order to fully take advantage. This is what we mean by fully taking advantage of the holiday, right? Pat, it's like you're out there on every platform every day, you know, and our job is to make it as easy as possible for you guys. And
to make sure it gets done,
and to make sure
no matter what.
And in order for it to get done, we've learned the hard way over the last 10 years that it's got to be easy for you guys, right? Yeah. And so what we do at Art Storefronts is we gather all the data, and we've done this for years and years and years. You know, every year we keep doing it. Okay, so this is version like 8.0 of the spring art selling season. Okay, optimized every single year based on what we learn. But we have 14,000 customers, 14,000 artists and photographers. We gather all the data about what's working and what's not. You know, what subject line is working better than this, or this. What social media posts are working, you know, and which ones are not. And the whole thing, the best of the best, is put into the art marketing calendar for you, so that when you are able to copy paste and use all of that, you know that you literally have the best information about what, you know, artists and photographers who are actually selling and making sales are using and how they're marketing their work and their business. And you can do it too. Yep. And that is how you properly take advantage of it. Now we're teasing it for all of you guys out here, you know, but for those of you who are not Art Storefronts members, that you know, if you want to dabble on some of that on your own, that's the way you want to think about it.
Yeah, and like you know, again, there's no education on this anywhere. Like what an artist might actually do. All you get is this pushback from like snooty art people that are like, run a sale, run a discount. Why would I ever do that? And then, you know, I'm not some used car salesman. It's like, no one is saying you have to be a used car salesman. Okay, what we're saying is, if you don't do active sales and promotions, however you go about doing that with the discounting, the scarcity, all the rest, you are not going to get any attention, and you're not going to have a business. And like, don't like, if I magically was plugged into every single solitary art gallery in the entire United States, and I knew every sale that took place, my guess is in upwards of 85% of the sales that take place in a gallery, people don't pay retail.
Oh, absolutely.
The more negotiation goes down. Yeah.
The only people who pay retail are you, and I'm talking about expensive pieces too, you know, like the higher up they go, the more negotiating there are. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
$200-$300 pieces, my guess.
The trust fund guy, you know, who never learned anything about negotiating in business. Right. Yeah. And like, they just go in and pay retail, but everybody else, like, let me just tell you, anytime I walk into an art gallery and like, if they have my information or I give them my information, Pat, when you leave, what do you think happens?
No, you're getting emailed immediately.
Oh, they are texting you. They are emailing you literally the next day. They're like, oh, hey, I talked to the artist. And they didn't talk to the artist. They just do whatever they deal make, right? Like, oh, hey, I talked to the artist, and I know you liked that piece. blah, 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 because they saw you looking at it and they talked to you about it. And they're like, we just got a whole bunch of new inventory in. It's like the same story all the time.
I talked to the artist.
I talked to the artist, and we got some new inventory, and we'd love to, it's good for us to get rid of this piece. We'll give you 25% off. And it's all done behind the scenes, and it's like, and guess what, Pat? It works. It works. Yep. It works, And so a lot of, like, the vast majority of very, very expensive pieces are sold at some form of a discount. They just are
100%. Which is why you have to get your pricing. Like, so myth number one is that artists and photographers somehow are so amazing in these incredible things they create. They do not have to adhere to the laws of business, in which sales and promotions help with sales, right?
It's just a tactic, guys.
Yeah. Number two, more art is sold at a discount than not. Okay. Number three, when it's all a game, which is all it is, you raise your prices, okay, artificially, some might say, such that when the discounting comes in, when the negotiation comes in, you can arrive right at the price you wanted in the first place. Like, why does no one talk about that ever? And like, look, there's some one-off stories here or there about artists that don't ever discount under any circumstances, and that's great. But guess what? Those people have demand. Okay. Most of you guys don't. And when you're just first getting started, if you're not acquiring as many new customers a year as possible, your business is not growing. It's not growing.
Yeah.
So that's why we're banging the drum on the spring season, right?
Yeah. And that's your whole point, right? Like, it's like, you've got to, like, when you're a smaller business, you're just not there yet. You're not selling have so much demand to where you're just like pushing everybody away. I mean, our top sellers, like Jonah, right, is deal making. This guy sells over $100,000 a month, like, it just, $10,000, $15,000 pieces, right? Like, and I think you said a great thing in there. And I just want to emphasize it to everybody who's listening, is like, we don't want you guys playing checkers. Okay. Playing checkers is when we're talking about this stuff, and the first thing in your head, when I'm showing you the art marketing calendar and all that tactical, the first thing in your head is like, oh, I can't ever discount because I heard that, this one, artist from blah, 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 who sells his, you know what I mean? Never discount. Mm-hmm. Like, just, you get into that nonsense. You just missed the whole point. Now you're still playing checkers. We want you playing chess. We want you playing chess, knowing all of these sales, guys, they're just a game. It's just a game, right? Like, if you don't think that all of these holidays, from Valentine's Day, go Wikipedia these things, Halloween, like, just go down the list. The vast majority of them were just created out of thin air, and they're just driving the economy and getting all of us to buy more, getting consumers to buy more. And it's just part of the game. That is. And so you're either playing a part of that game, or you're like arguing against a point that just doesn't even matter. We just want we want all of you guys playing the game, or at least knowing the game, and then being like, I don't want to play it. Right. But just know the game. And you said something earlier that I think is so important, you guys. Pat said, you talked about, when you know the game, then you need to price your art higher, knowing you're leaving yourself room to get the price that you want. And so you will end up giving a deal, but you're getting the price you wanted in the first place. And the benefit of doing this is that when you actually have a higher price, some people will pay that price on your site when you're not
not grind you at all, and pay full price.
Not grind you at all. And it just happens organically. But the thing that I love, Pat, is that you have a higher perceived value. You've got a higher retail price, so you've got a higher perceived value of your work, and then you're giving a deal on it here and there, and so people really feel like they're getting value. It's like, whoa, this thing is normally $3,000, or this print is normally $500. I can get it for like $380 right now. Okay, I'm going. And you're sitting there going, perfect.
Yeah, the fundamentals are so important, and the danger, and we've seen this danger because we'll go and interview some of our most successful customers, and I'll see what happens, where it's like all of our customers like, ooh, I'm going to switch things up because that's the way so-and-so does it. And it's like, hold on. Those people have like a massive amount of demand. They're in year 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20 of their business. They're breaking rules as far as I'm concerned, but guess what? They've earned the ability to break the rules. putting a roof over their head and paying their salary, right? So early on, it's like human beings are more likely to take action if there's a discount plus scarcity. You can do it any which way you like. There are a bunch of tasteful ways to do it. You don't need to feel like a used car salesman. You don't have to feel like a cheap salesperson or whatever the case may be, all these nonsensical things. But it's just psychology. When you have these things, human beings are more likely to take action. That's it. Like Amazon this week has had a massive sales week because they ran a spring sale, because they know they're not worried about their damage to their brand as Amazon. But anyway, I don't like getting into all the tropes of all of it. It infuriates me. Everyone says, like, I want to grow an art business. Like, I want to grow my photography business. I really, really want to do this. And then it's like, but I'm not willing to do any of the things it actually takes to do it. You know?
And I'm not willing to listen to what people have learned, is making 99.9% of the artists out there successful. It's like, oh, no. But except for that, I just don't want to do that. And it's like, well, there is nothing left to tell you. There is nothing left to tell you, But hey, let's get back to the big picture, which is super exciting and positive. Spring art selling season. That's the only reason we're talking about this, is because we want all of you guys to take advantage of the spring art selling season, because we're literally in it. The real action is starting in 7 days, but here we go. And it's just, I don't know, we get giddy over this because it's such an exciting time, because after doing this for as many years as we have, we know this is the time when the buyers are pulling out their wallets the next few months, right? And then you get into the summer art selling season, and there's shows and all sorts of things there. So there's opportunity. And then you get into the biggest art selling time of year, which is Q4, right? So we're now in this spot in 2024 where it's like, let's go, like every artist and photographer, like, it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to start doing all these things. Hopefully you can use something like the art marketing calendar, or hire a marketing consultant to do something like that for you. But take advantage of all of these holidays. We're going to be talking about them, and have a great spring selling season. Make this one like 2 or 3 times as good as your last one. How good was your last one? Did you even have a strategy in your last one? Did you even know there was a spring art selling season? Yeah.
Jay Morris, no, 250% markup is fine. You can certainly adjust it up, but the 250% gives you like a huge blanket. There's a lot of people asking like, what is our official position on, do our customers need to maintain MailChimp, or can they move completely to our ESP?
If you're on Copilot, you do not need to have MailChimp anymore. So if you are using Art Marketing Copilot, then you don't need to use MailChimp anymore. And then pretty soon we're going to have, you're going to be able to just have the emailing capability to replace MailChimp on its own.
Yeah.
So that's the answer to the question, right? Like, if you're already a customer, like, this is, probably weeks away of where you can just blast your own emails. You already can if you're on Copilot, but if you're not on Copilot, you'll be able to blast your own emails if you buy the email package or whatever it is.
Yeah, which is exciting. You could just cut the MailChimp down to the free plan, in the meantime.
That's right.
What's up, Sandra? Happy Friday.
Hey, Sandra. And I think like we got to show this. We got to demo this stuff, Pat, because it's like to understand and appreciate, like, when because we have with your website, all of your images, okay, all of your information, your logo, and all that stuff. The ability for us to get emails in there ready to go, that look great, that have your images in them, that make it easy for you to replace those images, and do all this stuff, is just an incredible situation. And so it just makes emailing and social media posting so much easier, so much time saved. And this is all the stuff that, like, you got to do. And, but you also need time to, like, do your own do your own social media and audience building. And you got to create, because creating is usually the biggest lever, creating new subject matter, right? That unlocks a new audience is one of the biggest levers you will have. I would say, arguably, Pat, it's the biggest lever, because you just don't know, right? Like, how many times have you and I seen this, where there's a photographer on Ad Art storefronts, he's selling like 8 to 10 grand a year, something like that, five, he started off at 5, then 7, then 10, and then unlocks a a new subject, doing all the marketing and all that stuff, right? Like really good, consistent, doing the marketing, and then unlocks a new subject matter and goes to 100,000 to 100,000 like the next year, you know? And it's like this has happened so many times, you guys, that this is why we say the subject matter, you know, that determines like the ceiling of revenue of your business. All of you listening to this right now have a ceiling of revenue that your business can produce. You don't know what it is, but it is there, right? Based on the marketability of your current subject matter that you're offering.
That's right. And I would say like too that, you know, this is again one of those things that everyone tells you like, oh, you need a niche, you'll just be successful when you have a niche. Oh, if you could just figure out a niche, you know, you're all over the place, Patrick. If you could just figure out a niche, you'd have it all locked up, right? We have more successful customers that don't have a niche than we have that do have a niche. It's really hard to get to a niche. It can take a lifetime sometimes. Sometimes you get lucky, but some people do just as well without it at all. And they're rotating through all their things. And you know, one of the greatest examples of this was Picasso. Picasso was all over the place. Okay, all over the place in terms of subject matter material. So don't feel like you have to be penned into any one of those one things, right? All right. Yeah, Sandra wants to go to 250K next year. But Sandra, you've been at it for a long time, right? Like you have a defined style, you have collectors, you know, you have all of the above. And I have no doubt you can go to 250K next year. And you know, it just comes down to your marketing. I don't know how consistent you're marketing. I want to drill into how consistent you are marketing, but I think you've got that all day, Sandra.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So Carol, do we have a landing page we could use? We could link to using the QR code for live shows. So the live shows was in person, right? In person. And yes, you can link to anywhere with the QR code. So that's really, really easy to do. So if you want to link directly to your main site, like, you know, we have a lot of customers that print them out huge and then put them on the side of the booth, you know, in the show. So that anybody walking by on either side, or it's like, you know, your significant other goes into a booth and you're over it and you're kind of looking around and then, oh, look at that huge QR code, right? And I love the enter to win a free print and then you hold the phone up and you hit it, you know? So you can absolutely do that, right? Yeah, exclusivity sales like 5 million next year. I love the 10x goal, right? I love the 10x goal. You know, we get you to 1 million, it would be a huge jump. But like, look, the regular inconsistent marketing, guys, whole ball game.
Got a new thing to show here real quick on the social media front.
Yeah. Do you need me to help you?
Yeah. No. Can you tell me when you're seeing it?
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta get it on the laptop. All this looks like. Zoom in one click.
How's that?
Are you not? Yeah. Are you scroll up and down just so I can see? Oh yeah, you got it. You're good.
Okay, cool. So so this is a, you know, we were talking about Art Marketing Copilot, and with, you know, without going into all the details of this artist on Art Storefronts, this is all his social media posts and emails scheduled out, ready to go. And I just want to show how cool this is. This is a brand new feature that we released so this is going to be a Facebook feed post. Okay. And so we're on the design tab here and you can see we're automatically creating a post for him and putting his art in a room setting automatically. Now he can go in here and he can change it. So if he likes this bed, you know, wants to put it behind this wall, he just clicks the preview button and it's loading over here, but you can see all these different room settings that are possible to be used. You can also go to the media tab and change the image. So whatever product you have, because again, if you have a website with us, all your images, all your products are already in the store. So you can see right here, this is ready to go. The art's on the wall with the bed setting, and this is ready to post. Okay. So if he liked that, he could just activate this one that's previewed and then, you know, execute, set the time, you know, change the text if he wants of the post, right? Which would update this over here. And all of this is ready to go, you know, whenever he wants on social media.
Yeah, which is super cool. Hugely helpful.
Just better posts, saves a ton of time, right? And you don't have to like go find the link to that page, right? You don't have to go like find the file. It's just all right there. You just search it up, boom, ready to go.
Yeah, and Carol, just open a ticket with tech, and they'll show you what the QR code options are. There's a bunch. Am I saying that I want the vast majority of our customers to put giant QR codes in the back of their car windshields? I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. Okay. I think if you live in any sort of a town where there's traffic, I live in California, so I drive by 10 million cars every single solitary day. I mean, would I have on my back windshield some art on the left-hand side, QR code on the right-hand side? I probably would. It's free advertising, right? Aside from, everything that you have to do in your car and all the rest. But who else, guys? Questions? Nick and I are just doing open Q&A on a Friday. And going through it. All right. So Peggy's asking, can I now link to my totes, etc., in the gifts gallery? Tech support question for sure. Not 100% on that, unless you know the answer to that.
Yeah. I'm gonna give me a second. You could answer another one. We'll come back to that. I'm gonna pull something up.
Yeah, Peggy, we're just getting started with what's now becoming Hub, but we're gonna make it. Our whole goal is to make it as easy as possible, such that the marketing gets done. I know if the marketing gets done, you guys are all going to win. So that's it. That's the ball game. You need it. You got it up.
I got it.
Okay, I'm adding you to the stage. One hit on the Zoom. Good, done. Leave it. Yep.
Okay. So the answer is yes. Okay. So there's a feature, and Patrick's right. Talk to our support. They'll help you. They'll even do it for you if you just ask them. Okay. But just to show everybody else.
Don't tell me we said that. Don't tell me we said that.
Yeah. So, I might as well show the color search, right? This is the color search feature right here. You click on any color. So like I'm a visitor on artist William Stidham's website. I can instantly see everything that has blue. Right. And then, but to get down to the media types. Okay. So where were we? She was asking about the tote bags. So you click on tote bags, instantly you get to see everything on a tote bag, okay, and can click right into them. Or throw pillows, whatever the media type is. See, it's loading up as we're going. And what's happening is it's generating the images on that specific media type on the pillow on the fly. And when you see these here, his head is cut off. The artist, you have the ability to set this the way that you want it, so that it actually loads exactly in the positioning that you want. I know that everybody's a little bit particular about that, so you have full control over that. But if I click on this, it'll take me right to that page, and along with all the other media types that's offered for this image, but this will load by default. And so you have the ability to have a gift shop in your navigation, right? And then have throw pillows and all that stuff. And you don't have to do any of this. Our system is doing this on the fly for you. These are not mock-ups created in Canva. The artist did no work on this. All of this is there with your Art Storefronts website. There you have it.
Yeah, it looked pretty good on the screen share there. Cool. Okay, any final questions, guys? Let us know. Otherwise, I got to wrap it up. I can hear my kids going crazy, and I got to help with things.
Oh, Peggy, is that in Copilot or the regular website view? For what I was just showing, that is just the regular website view. That is not Copilot. Has nothing to do with that. You have it. Every Art Storefronts customer should have that. I think depending on the plan, if you're on the bronze plan, you may not have it. Not positive though. I think you do.
Yeah, got it. And Peggy, thanks for saying that about support. They work tirelessly to make sure you guys are all dialed in. Yeah. So how do you research for finding what subjects will sell better? Are you a customer, Carol? I think you are. If so, you got to take the niche course. The niche course lays this entire thing out in like such epic detail.
Pat, let's show
on how to approach the entire thing.
I'll try to pull that up. Where is the niche course? Is
maybe in the vault.
In the marketing session in the vault.
Yeah. And what Carol's essentially asking, like, hey, I don't know what subject matter material I should be focusing on next. I know with the subject matter material that I have now, it doesn't feel like it's resonating. It doesn't feel like it's hitting. I want to try something new. So what is the best way to go about that, right? Do you try to figure out what's trending and pick it that way? Or is there a scientific way to contemplate, like, hey, this is the next subject matter material I should focus on. This is a way to think about how to understand if there's a market for the art before you even create it, which is the whole ball game. Before you even create it, to know that there's already a built-in market to the art is huge. Do you have it?
I've got it.
Okay, go ahead. 2 clicks. Boom, boom.
The navigation up here gets a little. Oh, it was already at the. Let me see. Yeah, I see it on the screen. So it's called. I think it was Carol. Carol, it's called Dominating Your Niche. It's in the Art Business Vault. This is, guys. This is for Art Storefronts customers only. But you'll see down here, there's a couple of different videos. Part 1, a framework for evaluating niches, and then part 2, testing new niches. These are really thorough. You can see this is a 50-minute video, and this one's a 40-minute video. And then don't forget these resources. These are really, really important resources here. So there's a niche brainstorming sheet, and a book recommendation, and then joining the Discord. So there's what this is a chat room with other Art Storefronts members that are doing the same thing, that are testing their niche, going through this process, and have like taken this course and followed these videos so that you guys can kind of share knowledge. It's really cool.
Yeah, and it's also, start with demand and work backwards rather than just create and hope and pray. It's like
find the demand, then create the supply, right? Find the demand and then create the supply. Most artists do it the other way around. They create supply and they're like, hey, is there any demand out there? And that's usually, the wrong thing to do, which is fine. That's how most artists start. Sometimes you get some bites, you'll sell some work, which is great. But the more you understand this, the more you're going to start seeing like, hey, I got to understand like what my followers, what my audience really wants. And if I can tap into that and figure that out, then I'm going to start selling a lot more. That's the key. That's why I always say, like, what are most people starting out, Pat? Their audience is usually friends and family and some colleagues, work colleagues, right?
Yep.
And so friends and family, they usually live in the same city that you do or where you grew up, right? They might have gone to the same college or the same school or whatever it is, or, they might like the same sports teams. There's a lot of commonalities in there. And if you want to sell more to the audience you have, you need to tap into that. You need to tap into it. You don't just come up with something that has nothing to do with any of them. Like I use this like animals in the wild in Africa. I use that because it's like some amazing photos. But if it doesn't resonate with anybody that you worked with, that's in your family or that lives around you, like that's in your audience, it's not going to sell.
Lots of people have been on safaris. They've all taken their own photos. They don't care, right? It's the niche selection problem is just so incredible.
Let's because it's a Friday, we got to just and I know that we got to go.
Yeah.
Did you guys know we have a big deal going on right now to join Art Storefronts, okay, and take advantage of the spring sale? So I know it's the end of the day, but we just sent an email out like 2 hours ago that says, a couple hours left. If you want to get in and understand what's going on and whether you're a good fit and what everything costs and all the different packages, because there's a lot of different options to choose from, just request the demo. You can just go to our website, go to our profile. You can click on our website or just go to artstorefronts.com. There's always a big orange button in the upper right-hand corner that says request a demo, and just fill out your information. It takes like 10 seconds to do it. And then somebody will reach out and we'll talk to you. And there's no pressure. Doesn't matter. Like you got to just we do a lot. So we want to show you and tell you what we do. We'll see if you're a good fit. We will not sign you up if we don't think you are a good fit, and just go from there.
100%. Come watch Sandra get the 250K this year, which we're going to hold our feet to the fire on.
That's right. And everybody that listen to this, you're all going to take advantage of the spring art selling season, right? Right? Yes.
Exactly right.
Yes.
Exactly right.
Starts in 7 days. Got to do it.
Giddy up. All right. Happy Friday,
guys.
Everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Anytime that we're live, you guys can come on and ask any questions you have. We love answering them. And we're really trying to build this into like an open Q&A. So like we come almost like an AM radio show or something where we're just, answering the questions because look, everyone's struggling with the same stuff. So
already, thank you for the comment. I wholeheartedly recommend ASF. Thank you. Appreciate you.
You guys are great. Have a great weekend, everybody. Nick, thanks for the time. We'll see you back here on a live stream very soon.
Thanks, guys.